We've recently had loads of the latest really cool cycling tech turning up at the road.cc office, and there's so much that we thought you might like to see some of it. Coming up are some of the most anticipated bikes of 2024, clothing like nothing else you've ever seen, and cycling tech and gadgets that might just change the game forever. Let's get into it. We'll kick off with Cervelo's brand new gravel bike, the Aspero, and we've been lucky enough to have had this one to play on for a few weeks now. Like the old Aspero, this isn't a bike that pretends to be able to haul all the crap in your shed, but rather is designed for speed. Here at road.cc, when we're not hauling our sheds about, we certainly like speed. There's some really clever changes too that bring the Aspero bang up to date. You can now fit 45mm tyres, it looks incredible with neater cable routing, and despite being about as fast as a mouse in a cheese shop, we've been impressed by its comfort too. If you want to know more about the Aspero, then you'll have to look out for its full review appearing on the road.cc website soon. Now, it's not much of a secret that I am a bit of a nerd when it comes to bike tyres, and I maintain that it's one of the biggest upgrades that you can make to your bike, whether you're after speed, comfort, control, or puncture protection. And you can imagine how excited I was then when a box turned up with a letter saying that these are Pirelli's fastest tyre that it's ever made. A brand that, let's be honest, knows a thing or two about rubber. Pirelli haven't just made them faster though, they've gone next level, and these P0 RS TLR tyres claim to be 13% faster in rolling speed and 8% lighter than the P0 Race TLR tyres, thanks to a new speed core compound. It really is no wonder that the likes of Mads Pedersen wanted to use these ahead of the launch, is it? So how have Pirelli done it? Well, making them in their own factory in Milan is probably at least partly responsible. The tyres are available in sizes 26, 28, 30 and 32mm size options, and all but the 26mm option are compatible with hookless rims. And Pirelli says that they've improved the tyre bead for maximum compatibility. If you aren't all about the speed though, then Pirelli also make the P0 Race TLR for all-round performance and the Race TLR 4S for all-weather performance. It might seem a little bit odd to label a tyre plug kit as one of the hottest products of 2024, but just you wait until you see what this one can do. If you haven't seen one before, then a tyre plug kit is used when you just put a hole that's too big for sealant to seal into your tyre. Rather than patch it or put a tube in, the idea is that you plug the hole, inflate the tyre, and then carry on your merry way. This latest contraption from WTB though has a rather clever trick up its sleeve. This is what WTB call a rocket anchor, probably because it looks kind of like a rocket. Now, just imagine this tyre is still fitted to my bike. All you do is whack this through and then bam, the hole is sealed and the plug isn't going anywhere because it's got that rocket on the end of it. Now you might think that that looks like a kind of expensive fix, but the excellent news is that these are reusable. So when it's time to replace your tyre, you can just pull these out and save them for another rainy or particularly prickly day. You might not know that I love watching bike racing, and I spend quite a lot of my weekends at bike races here in the UK. Now, the British racing scene has endured a tricky few years, but in 2024 it does seem to be getting reinvigorated. The other day I was watching a criterium and there was one bike that was grabbing everyone's attention. This freshly painted Ribble Ultra SLR being raced by the new Ribble Rebellion team. Just look at this. You can see why I had to include it in this list. Last year I had the chance to ride a Ribble Ultra and they are stupidly fast. You might not be able to purchase this exact colour scheme, but Ribble is well known for its custom paint program, so like all the other Ribble models, you can configure your bike online before purchasing, giving you loads and loads and loads of choice. You might have seen a video on this game-changing cycling tech the other day, and if you haven't watched it yet, then we'll leave a link below. In essence, this little device that hangs under your bars will tell you how draggy you are. Why might you want to know that, you ask? Well, because on the flat, drag makes up about 80% of everything that's slowing you down. So if you're interested in performance or efficiency, then you simply can't ignore aerodynamics. To measure how slippery you are, it's the done thing to go to a wind tunnel. The problem is they're prohibitively expensive and nobody actually rides in tunnels in the real world. Whilst we've seen live drag meters before, this Aerosensor and Aero body package, a device that measures your body position, feels like the first time that it's actually practical and reliable to get real-time drag measurements streamed to your Garmin when out on your local roads. Spoiler alert, the one negative I said in the full first look video was the price. However, Aerosensor have kindly made us a discount code, HOT24, which will give users a 15% discount at the checkout. Nice. If we're talking about innovative products, then it's hard not to mention Lauf. Firstly, there's the new Uthald road bike, which is new for this year. This has taken the road rulebook and absolutely blended it. The Uthald is part performance bike, part endurance bike, with a much slacker front end than most, ensuring stability and control. Lauf doesn't seem to care that everyone else is integrating their front ends of their bikes, rather leaving the hoses semi-exposed in the name of adjustability and ease of maintenance, rather than saving half a watt. So, did we like it? Well, a 9 out of 10 review speaks for itself, and Dave liked it so much that he's decided to use it for a 600-kilometre mega ride across Wales. You can check out his full build using the card up there. Arguably though, that isn't even the most exciting thing that Lauf has been up to this year. How about this Seigla gravel bike, now even more capable with a mullet setup? Mullets are still in 2024. Yep, the well-acclaimed Seigla gravel bike is now available with a SRAM XO RD transmission, which our friends over at road.cc tells us is a very good thing. Out the box, this means that you can now get the Seigla with a whopping 1052 cassette. Now, I dare you to find us a gravel climb that this thing won't get up. Every now and again, we get a product rock up that makes us think, why has no one thought of that before? This is Silca's new strip chip, and no, it's not edible. You add this to your hot wax bath and factory grease binds with it, so there's no need to degrease your chain before waxing, which in my mind is quite a lot of the faff. Chain waxing is the gold tier of chain protection. It's fast, it's quiet, it's longer lasting than a drip lube, the only negative being it does take more effort. Well, this Silca strip chip makes it a whole lot easier and makes waxing your chain a lot easier to recommend. Good work, Silca. Oh, shitting hell. In a recent bike fit video, we learnt about the importance of properly fitting cycle shoes, and that many riders have much wider feet than the shoes that they choose to wear. That's why I've selected these new Fizik Vento Omna wide shoes as my next hot pick. Now, anything in Fizik's range with the word Vento in the name are products designed for performance, whether that be racing or just riding as fast as possible on a training ride. Now, this particular model though comes without the usual feature-packed shoe price tag. As you might have gathered from the word wide in the name, these are designed with a performance fit in mind for riders with wider feet. That means that there's more volume around the forefoot and the ball of the foot and the metatarsals and all that important gubbins. It's also good to see that Fizik has made the sole wider as well, rather than just adding more material to the upper. Speaking of the sole, you'll find a nylon outsole on the R5, and the cleat position is set slightly further back compared to the more traditional settings to better optimize pedaling efficiency and reduce knee compression. These really are a bike fitter's dream, and we'd love to see a lot more cycling shoes following this example. They look pretty good too, don't they? White cycling shoes is the way forwards. They look pretty wipeable as well. Even if you wear them in winter, I reckon you're able to wipe them clean. There is nothing worse than being out on a ride and finding yourself stranded. Unfortunately, things going wrong on a bike is all part of the ride, but that doesn't mean you can't be as prepared as possible. The problem is, I hate that you have a really sleek looking bike with integrated everything, and then you have to stick a tent to the back of it to carry all the necessary tools. Well, this next product might just be the 163 gram answer to that. This is the Topeak Elementa Gearbag, and inside you will find no less than 10 bits, ensuring that you will have everything you need to fix common roadside mishaps when you go out cycling. There's 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6 hex bits. There's a T10, a T15 and a T25 Torx, and there's even a Phillips screwdriver thrown in for good measure. And you get this nice ratchet. Whoa. Oh, that's nice. You then also got an extra pocket on top for all the other things you want to carry. So a tube or some tyre levers. And then on the bottom, you have these rubberized elastic straps. So you can put your CO2 canisters in there. So you have even more room in your pockets. Now, it's usually about this time of year that everyone's latest summer kit starts showing up at the office, ready to review. Usually it's the same old jersey with a slightly different pattern, or a brand expects us to get excited about an extra zip or something. However, this new jersey from Castelli is quite a lot different. It's like nothing else we've seen before. Okay, so it's got all the usual Castelli good bits. It's got laser cut sleeves, it's got a aero cut, it's got a YKK zipper and 3 good sized pockets on the back. However, it's also got this. Yes, I put my entire hand in the back. This is a mesh pocket designed to store a 1.5 litre bladder, so that when you're out on multi-service endurance rides, you can ride more and stop less. There's also 2 anchor points, reflective ones, to keep the hose in check, and I'm really looking forward to trying this one out, because the last time I wore a backpack on my gravel ride, my back really didn't thank me for it. So we'll see how that one goes. If you want kit that looks like nothing else on the market, then Cycology is the one-stop shop for you. And recently, they've been expanding their range. Look at those. Whoa. This one is their latest lightweight cycling long sleeve jersey. And it's not all show and no go. It's got lightweight, moisture wicking fabric with a good bit of stretch for it. It's got reflective accents, a zippered valuables pocket, SPF 50 fabric treatment, and elasticize and silicone grippers to ensure it all stays in place. Look at that, that's a sizable reflective accent. Let's have a proper look. There we go. It says 8 days a week on the back. I need 8 days a week to do all my work. That's loud, isn't it? We also have their top tube bag, which is a handy and at £20, pretty cheap way of lugging around some extra cargo on your bike. You could use this for spares, some snacks, or your phone, so it's ready to grab at every photo opportunity. Obviously, we hope that this sunny weather sticks around forever, but chances are it won't. Luckily, Cycology caters for UK climates as well as Australia that they call home. These shoes are windproof, water resistant, have a reflective stripe down the back, and are a whole lot less boring than just about every other set on the market. Oh no. My bag. Another bike that I think is well worthy of a mention is the Argon 18 Krypton Pro, which is fresh back from its very positive review, which you can read over on the road.cc website. The Krypton Pro is a perfect example of just how much more capable and versatile bikes have got in the last few years. And whilst it looks like a road bike and rides like a road bike, it's capable of a whole lot more. When you think of an all-road bike, you might think of a road bike having an identity crisis, or think it's just some fad. Well, ride the Krypton Pro and we reckon you might just be converted. It's pretty much absolutely nailed this subgenre. On the tarmac, it's a light, fast, nimble road bike, while being capable and fun to ride when it's pointed at a bit of rough stuff. Whether that be broken lanes or a gravel trail, it's basically that bike that everyone keeps telling us non-racers we need. And that's why it makes this list. Let us know in the comment section below which one of these products is your favorite, as well as anything else you're looking forward to being released in 2024. As always, if you enjoyed this content, then please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for lots more of the latest cycling tech things, and we'll see you next time.